So today I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. John Duncan, the Executive Director, the University Partnerships that are Australia and New Zealand. And we've been working with him at Canam Consultants. And with over 35 years in higher education and 25 in international education, he embodies visionary leadership, global expertise, and deep commitment to academic excellence. John, your extensive expertise and decades of leadership in higher education makes you just the perfect person to guide our students today. So, without much further ado, I'm going to start with my first question.
Thanks very
What do
much.
you,
Delighted to be here, Barty.
yeah, what makes studying in regional Australia more welcoming than big city campuses?
Yeah, thanks, Barry. Good question to start. I think just the sheer size of them, the fact that
Mhm.
you've got a variety of your smaller what we call towns, regional cities, could be only 50, 60,000. Then some other regional centres could be 200,000, like Geelong near Melbourne or Wollongong and Newcastle outside Sydney. So it does vary. But I think nevertheless, if you compare them to the large cities like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, etc., they're seen as more community-based, friendly, only by the fact that it's the sheer size of them. So there's a different feel. It's easier for students to get across, they could be only 15, 20 minutes travelling from their accommodation in a regional centre to where they're studying. So the scale is completely different. I think that's the most important thing. And I think the other thing that parents have come back to us and students, they're safer only for the fact that they are much smaller. They're not a city of 5 or 6 million people, so they're going to be safer as well. And I think that's a key factor, a more community feel.
I think these regional universities, the quality of education is exactly the same as that is provided in the metropolitan cities.
Yeah, yes, it is. And some people say, well, how can it be? Well, it is because the courses are all accredited in the same main. So, in particular university, I'll give an example here in Melbourne, almost 6 million people here in Melbourne. Deakin University, one of Canam's major universities to partner with, has Burwood campus, but it also has two campuses in Geelong, which is only an hour from Melbourne, and another campus in Warrnambool, which is 3 hours away. And that's a town of about 40,000 people. Whichever campus the student comes to, you get the same degree. So if you're coming for a Bachelor of Commerce in Melbourne, Bachelor of Commerce at Geelong, Warrnambool, it's exactly the same degree. You'll have different academics, but you'll have the same syllabus, same degree. When you graduate, Bachelor of Commerce, Deakin University. Not Deakin University, Warrnambool campus, Warm Ponds campus, Waterfront, all in the same. And it's very important, I think, that people do understand that.
Yeah, that actually is wonderful to hear. When we're talking about the job opportunities, especially part-time opportunities for these students, what exactly are we looking at?
Yeah, well, I think most of the feedback that I've seen students, particularly in the larger regional centres, the job opportunities are in the hospitality industry, tourism industry. They work in hotels, supermarkets, local municipal associations, council work, sporting associations. So there's a whole raft of job opportunities for the students, as there is, of course, regional. Just there probably doesn't seem as many because it's a lot smaller place, but they do pick up regional. But it's mainly in the hospitality, tourism sort of area in the regional centres.
Yeah. And when we're talking about actually studying in these regional campuses, as you just mentioned, so how it impacts their permanent residency? Do they end up getting any extra points for it?
Yes, you do. You get 10 extra points depending on the particular regional campus that you're studying at. I don't think students should see, the intention to go to a regional campus is because you get extra points. But you do get extra points. So that's the bonus on top of everything else as well. And that can be larger centres like Adelaide and Perth are regarded as regional, as is Canberra, for example. So it's not just these Geelong and Newcastle, Wollongong, as I said, those campuses. So yeah, that is the benefit. And I think that's been a good policy from our government to have that. And I think that's been very attractive to students to then to study at regional campuses and why they shouldn't earn extra bonus points for that.
So how do you think the cost of living differs in terms of other cities in metropolitan cities?
Yeah, the cost, I think if you look at accommodation firstly in the regional centre, it seems to be less, a lot, and that's understandable in terms of demand for it. So whether they're staying on the campus, whether they're staying homestay, whether they're staying in a unit or apartment for themselves, the cost is less than, and you'd expect that, than a large centre. I know when I go into regional places, the cost of food or a meal somewhere in a regional restaurant or a cup of coffee is slightly less than what it is in the larger centres. So all in all, the cost is slightly less. And of course, you don't have that cost of travelling a long way within a big city and going to the campus as well. So the cost, but particularly accommodation, I see as the one where the cost is a lot cheaper going to the regional campus. Absolutely, and students are very, very conscious of that because it costs a lot to come here, to come to Australia.
Yeah.
Student fees. So you say, well, there's the student, there's the tuition fee, but it's plus on top of that. So the less it costs, the better. You know, especially those who get part-time jobs that assist, but not everybody sometimes attains part-time jobs or wants to work part-time. So they've got to work other ways of doing it.
Yeah. So which Canam partner universities offer programs at regional campuses across Australia? Can you name a few?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually, and I think we're very lucky to partner those universities. If we look at the map of Australia, there's people not now, but we start at Queensland, and we've got Central Queensland University, James Cook University and Griffith. Now Griffith University has large campuses in Brisbane, but it has what we call regional campus on the Gold Coast, which offers the same courses as it does as well. James Cook University, of course, goes from Cairns as well, and Townsville, two other very up in northern part, what we call Far North Queensland, FNQ, Far North Queensland. So James Cook has two very large regional campuses, and of course Central Queensland University, CQU is the terminology, is also based in Cairns as well, but also in Rockhampton, Townsville and Mackay. So there's a plethora of different You move down into New South Wales, you've got Charles Sturt University, which has a managed campus in Sydney, but also campuses right on the New South Wales-Victoria border, Albury-Wodonga, campuses in Wagga Wagga, Bathurst, Canberra as well, Charles Sturt, so a number of different campuses, and also Southern Cross University, campuses in Lismore, Coffs Harbour and the Gold Coast, like Griffith University. I'd mentioned previously about Deakin University, has 3 regional campuses, one of Canam's largest partners here in Melbourne, but also 2 in Geelong, 1 in Warrnambool, and La Trobe University, another significant Canam partner, has here in Bundoora, but also they have Albury Wodonga as well, La Trobe campus as well, and Bendigo and Shepparton and Mildura. So a number of campuses. You move across the country, of course, to Adelaide, and we're a partner with the University of South Australia, designated regional campus as well. To Perth, we work with Murdoch University as well, and Notre Dame. Murdoch University has regional campuses in Rockingham and Mandurah, and also in Notre Dame as in Fremantle, where the headquarters is, but also up in Broome as well. So there's a lot of our partners do have a lot of different campuses of varying size of regional campus. And I think that's terrific for international students to have that choice. Some don't realise, they just think, oh no, they're only located, which is understandable, in the larger cities, but it's not necessarily the case. And sometimes it doesn't suit particular students or their parents thinking to be in larger cities, but to look at these regional campuses.
It was wonderful talking to you, John. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, Bharti. Thank you very much.
Thank you.